Oh. Oh, hello there. Sorry, I wasn't expecting any visitors. You've just caught me doing a little bit of light reading, ladies and gentlemen, of the Out of the Abyss official Dungeons & Dragons campaign module. Well, I guess now that you're here... I see I got Toby with that one. How'd you like that intro, Toby? Is that fun?
That was good, yeah. Loved it. Classic.
As you can tell, unfortunately tonight there will be no Out of the Abyss, but not all is lost because Mark has so graciously put his hands up to run another episode of the always favorite Tales from the Rogues-Light Tavern, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition roguelike dungeon crawl featuring all of your favorite Dungeons & Dragons players. But before we get started tonight with the introductions and all that kind of stuff, I do want to talk about something a little bit more serious. It's no secret. I think I've mentioned this before on the stream. I am one of those unlucky people who suffers from a little bit of depression. Now, normally speaking, this isn't the kind of thing that I like to talk about on stream because I like to keep things exciting and fun and all that kind of stuff. But this is my hilltop. This is my stage. This is where I get to interact with other people and just every now and then talk about a little bit more of a serious issue. So it doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter what your lifestyle is like, it doesn't matter how much money you have, it doesn't matter how many friends you've got. This is just something that can strike you out of the blue and just comes back and goes away and comes back and goes away. And right now I'm experiencing a little bit of a down period, which you can probably be able to tell from the previous week of streaming. It hasn't been my best performance, but I guarantee you after tonight's episode I will be back up to 100% because whatever it is that Mark, our DM, has planned for us will no doubt lift my spirits. For anyone else who may be suffering from something similar, make sure you look up Beyond Blue. That is just beyondblue.org.au for those people in Australia. And you can find all the resources that you might need to help you, help make things a little bit easier. It's not something that's going to go away, but it's something that you can manage. So, with that out of the way, let's get into what we all came here to see. Let's give the people what they want. Your thoughts, Toby. What do the people want to see?
TPKs just straight off the bat.
TPKs straight off the bat?
Down the drain in a heartbeat.
All right. Well, that's why I chose tonight's character, because it's a character that I haven't played for a while, so I'm not going to cry too much should my character die tonight. She's expendable, as it were, because she hasn't quite proven herself. Not just yet, but maybe she will tonight. So, the people that are going to be playing tonight, the people that you see on your screen in front of you, that we're hopefully going to get to know just a little bit better tonight. Let's go around the table and do a couple of introductions. Now, I want you to say your name, your character's name, their class, and if you had to cast your character's actor, rather, if this were a TV show or a movie, who would you cast? Let's say you're Michael Bay. You're making the terrible Dungeons and Dragons movie. Who would you cast in your character's role? Grace, what do you got? Because I can see you Googling already.
See, I was. You interrupted my Googling. Damn you, Sven.
I need to Google now as well.
So my name is Grace, obviously. I play Bryce Fendra, our paladin, our little not so squishy, questioning her oath paladin. Mark sort of broke Bryce a little bit in the last Rogues-Light. Let's be really honest. She was not too happy that her goddess decided not to respond to her cry for help. And I guess if I could cast Bryce as anyone, oh God, probably, what's her name? Emma Watson. Definitely Emma Watson.
Emma Watson.
Big
But
fan of hers.
are we talking like buff Emma Watson, like she's been hitting the gym?
No, like Emma Watson.
Emma Watson, just as she is.
I feel like she's very similar, like sort of build and like personality. She would need to bleach her hair, but that's fine. But yeah, I think Emma Watson, and I would almost go as far as to say I would probably cast Emma Watson as Thrash as well. I feel like that would be really cool.
Well, I've already, in my head canon, I already have Thrash cast. This is something that we already talked about. I see John Cena as Thrash, and nothing can remove that image out of my mind.
I was nearly going to say Sylvester Stallone as Thrash. I was so close. So close.
No, I just see John Cena with some practical effects makeup. That's what I see with Thrash. Maybe CG the tail, but that's about it. John Cena, practical effects makeup, CG tail.
She does pile drive people quite a bit, so it is a good connection to make.
All right. Talking about pile driving people, Toby, who would you cast as your character? But name, character name, class, and who would you cast? Oh, you're muted, buddy.
Oh, that's terrible.
There we go.
Yes, I'm Toby. I'm one of the characters, I'm one of the people who play a character in Out of the Abyss. I had this question lined up for my Out of the Abyss character for Perseus, but I don't know who I'd have for my tonight's guy.
You're on the spot.
Tonight I am playing the half-orc Oath of Glory Paladin Locke. He has two patron deities, his left and right bicep. So he's just in it for the glory and in it to win it. To play him, I don't know. Look, I'd probably have Alan Richardson, the guy who plays in the new Reacher TV show, because he's just a gorgeous specimen of a human being.
Can you spell that for me, Alan?
Yeah, ALAN, and then Richardson is RITCHSON. Plays a hawk in the Titan shirt. That's also
spelled it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Strong-jawed guy.
Yeah. Very handsome, absolutely shredded.
Yeah, quite shredded individual.
Yeah.
Looks like a more successful version of you, Toby.
Oh, I wish.
I tell you what, he probably remembers to unmute himself before he goes live on a stream.
He does. Yeah, he doesn't make mistakes like I do.
No, I love it. That's great. Yeah, okay, yeah, from Reacher, yeah, okay. I haven't watched the show, but I've seen enough ads to be able to recognize his face. He has a very distinct chin and neck.
So is that for was that for this guy or for your Out of the Abyss?
That's more for Perseus, but look, he could do
Perseus?
both. Painted green, and we're on.
I thought for Perseus because I noticed a similarity between the image you originally had for Perseus and one certain image of a thunder god from a certain other franchise that shall remain nameless. Yeah, but then I thought about it and I thought, well, maybe Travis Willingham, who does the voice of Thor in like all of the animated stuff.
See, I reckon he'd be a better fit for my for Locke for tonight, my half-orc.
Yeah,
okay.
True.
All right, okay. Yeah, I dig it. You have a penchant for strong-jawed men, Toby. I know your type now.
It's a weakness of strong men, you know?
And that's why pile driving was such a good segue for you, Toby. All right, Contrite, your character. So your character's name, class, and who would you cast?
Yep. Tonight I'm playing Oren, Fire Genasi monk. He would be played by Donnie Yen, the actor from Ip Man. but he'd have to take some acting lessons from Pablo Schreiber as Mad Sweeney from American Gods, because that's the vibe that Oren has.
Not gonna lie, Donnie Yen, one of my favorite actors of all time, does the absolute best fight choreography in the world, as far as I'm concerned. Just the absolute best. For people who might not be familiar with Donnie Yen from the Ip Man series, you might know him as the blind monk from Star Wars Rogue One. As the katana-wielding maniac in Blade 2. Just a whole bunch of other roles. Actually, I have one of his movies tattooed on my arms. There, a bit of trivia for you.
Yes.
I like that. I like that little bit of detail as well. So we got Donnie Yen as the actor, and who was the personality?
Mad Sweeney from American Gods. He's a 6.5 foot tall leprechaun.
Yeah, also played Master Chief in the new Halo TV show.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Mustache guy in Orange is the New Black. He's actually quite a versatile actor.
Look at that beard. It's a hell of a beard. Very trimmed. I like it. All right, so I guess that just leaves one other person to introduce their character. I am, of course, talking about myself. My name is Sven. I'm a brand new face to the channel. Never appeared on any of the previous streams. I play Isra Ananyatska, the Pact of the Blade Warlock. She has a bit of a thing for darkness. Very edgy. And I would cast Catherine Winnick as Isra. Of course, you might know Catherine Winnick from the Vikings TV show from the History Channel, if you're into that sort of thing. So, yeah, there you go. Anyone familiar with Catherine Winnick?
Yeah, I've seen a bit of Vikings.
Oh, Pop Off. Yeah, I know her.
Who? What? What did you just call her?
I said pop off, like yas.
Pop off. Oh,
like,
see,
pop off, like yas, queen.
Generational language gap.
There's a huge. I think there's 2 generation gap in there somewhere. I have no idea what you're saying half the time.
It's actually only 1, Sven.
Well, it feels like 2, at least 2, maybe even 3 sometimes. Pop Off. I was like, what is that? Is that a role that she played? She played someone called Pop Off. That sounds like
no, Pop Off.
Popeye's less famous cousin who eats cabbage and becomes more intelligent. I don't know.
One of the Russian guards in Stranger Things 4.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Shout out to Frost Minis for contributing 2,000 crit coin to the Let's Make It Official It's Merch Time Baby Challenge.
2,620 crit coins.
Oh,
thank you.
Hey, look out.
Thank you very much, Frost. We got Frost Minis and Frost the Heel. Thank you very much, guys. Yes, when we hit that goal, I will be looking for a new merchandise outlet, so we can start getting merchandise printed right here in Townsville, and then start sending it out to you lovely people, all the millions and millions of fans that we have.
Very nice.
Just to bring that price of the merchandise down a little bit, and we can start shipping it out to you guys. You can start representing your favorite Dungeons and Dragons / tabletop RPG channel, Crit and Miss. That only leaves one other person to introduce. So I'm gonna say this, Mark. I want you to introduce yourself, and if someone had to play you in a movie, who would you choose to play Mark in the Mark Hillman autobiographical movie?
I mean, Hugh Jackman, of course.
Hugh Jackman. Okay, all right. I dig it. It's because you're a hell of a dancer.
Yeah, right. Of course. No, it's because he can sing, he can dance, he can do a little bit of everything. And you know, I know he could grow the beard, so we're good, right? That's everything.
I now want Hugh Jackman to be my DM. And I'm sure I'm not the
sorry,
only
I'm not quite Hugh Jackman, but I'll do my bestest.
Hey man, hit the gym 14 times a week, high protein diet, you might get there.
Eh,
No?
nah.
Not your
I'll play
thing?
guitar instead.
Alright, well.
That's how this works, right?
I wanted you to show off your rippling six-pack on the stream so we can get some more viewers who are into that sort of thing. But hey, if you're not committed to the channel.
No. Look over at this guy. Hang on, this guy.
All right, Toby.
Good job.
Show him off, buddy. Let's see that washboard.
It would definitely more along the lines of like a keg, maybe like rolls. It's kind of the vibe I'll go with these days.
You know what they're saying?
Frost just said he's going to offer the same.
It's about quantity, not quality. Speaking of quality, I'm going to hand it over to our DM for this evening. Mark, the power is in your hands. Do not
thank you.
Mistreat it.
Kill us.
I promise to not try and kill you in the first 5 minutes. That's the best I can do. Okay.
That'll do.
As is traditional, there are stories of a tavern lies nestled in a grove, deep within a dense forest, contained within a pocket dimension which nobody knows the true origins. Time is meaningless in this place, twisting around itself like a serpent consuming its own tail. Its stories echo across the planes and indeed the multiverse, for all roads lead to the Rogues-Light Tavern. Run by former adventurers and partners in wine, and sometimes crime, Gavin Roguesbane and Farron Lightward, they were among the number of an adventuring party who first discovered the mysterious nature of this place, back when it was nothing but an empty ruin with a single flight of stairs that descend into the ground. These stairs lead to an immense underground labyrinth, ancient, uncharted, mystically charged and forever changing. Many a band of brave adventurers have attempted to plunder its depths, but surely such a place must contain untold marvels, vast riches, and opportunities for fame and glory. There are few, however, who have made their way back to the surface to tell the tale. Those that do usually return either filthy rich, permanently crippled, or batshit insane. Sometimes all three. One thing is certain: if you wish to survive, you had best heed the tales of the Rogues-Light Tavern. Tonight is a special episode, filling in for our regular stream of Out of the Abyss, as you know, where I star alongside some of the best players I've ever had the pleasure of role-playing with. Cue some of these guys here. And the beating heart of Crit and Miss, Sven, our regular DM. So in our last episode, after returning from defeating a white dragon and recovering old Gary's sword, our heroes found something amiss with what had once been the Rogues-Light Tavern. Standing in its place atop the snow-covered clearing that was once a verdant grove, they were greeted by a sight somewhat familiar and unfamiliar at the same time: the Rogues-Light Mead Hall. Upon entering, Gavin and Farron met with the adventurers and explained how an unknown spellcaster had infiltrated the tavern and worked some strange magics, resulting in what they see now, but with a twist. No one could leave. Anyone who tries is turned around on the road and winds up back at the front doors. Farron and Gavin asked our heroes to help, and to this end, two of their number, Zelnan and Silza, gathered another group and went through a mysterious portal that had taken the place of the staircase that had been in the tavern. You good, Grace?
Yeah, weird noises. I'm fine.
Okay, sweet.
Sorry.
So just in case you missed that last bit, Zell and Silza gathered another group and went through a mysterious portal that had taken the place of the staircase that was in the tavern.
Gosh, I hope they're okay.
Yes, I hope they're fine too. All they knew is that the answer to whatever had befallen the tavern, Mead Hall, whatever it is now, lays through that portal. As this group left, Farron turns to Bryce, our noble and righteous paladin, and asked her to undertake another mission that was just as vital. 3 nights previously, she and several other occupants of the Mead Hall had witnessed a massive burning object falling from the heavens and impacting the forest nearby. The sky flashed an eerie purple colour when it landed. Farron hasn't been able to shake the feeling of something utterly terrifying looming just over the horizon. Something from beyond this world. She asked Bryce to gather whoever is willing to set out and see if they can get to wherever the object fell. She hopes that traveling north through the forest may not trigger the same magics as trying to actually leave the area via the road. And so you have managed to gather a small party of adventurers that have recently arrived at the tavern, which is our 3 other companions here this evening. So we will switch maps briefly over to the mead hall just to show you what it's like for those that haven't seen it before. So here we are. Here you guys are all in the doorway. We have Farron and Gavin there. Farron is a dwarf. For those who haven't met her before, she's dressed in like mostly covered in plate armor, just with no sleeves and no helmet. And the plate armor is like very worn, but in good condition. Like it's been well looked after and has inscribed runes in like a golden color that are definitely religious of some kind of origin, but you know, like they're of an origin that even the religious among you wouldn't recognize. Gavin has a little bit more flair about him. He's dressed in like a fancy coat and leathers and things like that, and has the lute strung over his back. And so they're basically set the scene there. They're gonna get you to head off and head north. And see if you can see whatever the hell this was that fell out of the sky. Farron gives you the impression that it wasn't just a random object, like there was some kind of presence that fell with it, and that it was something that perhaps Eldath, not Eldath, what was the lady, your god, Thrash? Athena, alright. So
Thrash doesn't have a god, but
not Thrash, sorry, Thrash. It's been a long day. Sorry guys. Alright, so she suggests that whatever it was that's fallen is something that Lady Athena might have had a particular interest in perhaps not allowing to be here. And so she's asked you to go and investigate for that reason. So you guys go and set off north through the forest, and this travel's largely uneventful. It's snowy. The trees are all covered in snow. You know, it's like it's heavy winter, which is strange considering when you left the tavern it was like it was the middle of summer. You know. And then as you get away from the tavern, you notice you're not turned around, and if you had tried to leave by the road, as some people have, you would have noticed that you just somehow tavern disappears behind you and reappears in front of you when you get further down the road. But for some reason, leaving through the forest like this, maybe it's your intent. You know, you're not trying to leave, you're trying to investigate something nearby. Maybe it's the direction, who knows. But you travel north for a little while, then the kind of path you're following through the forest weaves around to the east and then finally turns southeast. And you find yourselves traveling along this way for a little while, and the snow starts to thin. And further you travel, the thinner it gets, and eventually, as there is no more snow, you notice a sudden snap increase to the temperature. And as you proceed a little further, you notice there's some charring on the edges of the trees. Finally, the path through the now desolate forest winds around to the east first, then southwest, east as I said, and opens into this large clearing. You can barely make out the impact site, but...
Just quickly, should we have a map up at the moment?
We're about to. I'm just switching to it. Yeah.
Okay.
There it is. So you come to this clearing, and you can barely make out the impact site through the darkness and the haze of smoke and dust and something else. There's an eerie purple glow coming from off in the distance. And at this point, I will leave it up to you guys to see what you would like to do. Toby, you have your mount with you at this point. So do you, Grace. Sven, as you know, you have your little buddy there.
I call him
and just
Tim.
So you know, let me do a little thingy here. That one. glow is off in this direction-ish. See that little drawing squiggle I did?
Yes, I see squiggle on ground. Probably bad sign.
Yes. Okay, so up to you guys. What would you like to do?
Well, let's start off with a perception check. That's what I would start off with.
I should also check who has dark vision and who doesn't, and how far does it go?
Cheese.
I can tell you that I believe I have 120 feet of
God damn it.
true sight.
True sight.
I believe. Let me just.
True sight? Is devil sight true sight, or is it just like you can see through magical darkness?
You can see normally in darkness, both magical and non-magical. Yeah, it's just devil sight. Yep. So for 120 feet.
That's cool. That still means I'm going to have to reveal some more of the map. So let me do a quick drawing. I've figured out how to do this, and it's really quite cool. I grab a little. Let's grab a little bit of pale yellow. Make it like that. Make it a circle. I'm just going to grab the middle of this. Oops.
So while he's doing that, who wants to describe what their character looks like? What do we see?
Yeah, let's get a bit of that.
Let's start with Grace's character, Bryce. What does Bryce look like?
Okay, so Bryce is just sort of like, she's a human, so she's rather plain looking. She's sort of got like waist length, platinum blonde hair that's been braided into like a nice Katniss Everdeen sort of braid. And slung across her back is just this majestic looking sword. Usually it would be absolutely spick, like she cleans this thing on like an hourly basis because it's her holy symbol. But recently, since she's been questioning her oath a little, she hasn't been cleaning it quite as much. It's started getting a little bit like it's like a normal sword looking, like it's got, you know, like a little bit of dust on it. It's not quite as fun as it used to be. And she's just sort of sitting there on her Pegasus, like, you know, waiting to see what everyone else is going to do because she's a little bit uncertain of herself at the moment.
And what about Locke Krogar?
Yeah, Locke is a very muscular half-orc with short black hair and a kind of bushy, very short black beard. You can see like two little nubs of white tusk sticking out from under him. He's got some pretty half-mashed together half plate armor with a whole bunch of straps and stuff coming off it, but you can see the metal that's on the armor looks kind of almost has a very slight green tinge to it. There's a big greatsword and a shield on his back, and then on his waist there's like this kind of gavel hammer that looks like it's made of like immaculate kind of silvered metal with like gold sort of runic inlays down the side of it, and like it's on his belt. You can see kind of like where the hammerhead is. It's glowing ever so faintly, like red, like it's red hot. Yeah, he's sitting astride his warg.
Okay, I dig it. What about the monk? What about Oren?
Oren is humanoid with charcoal dark skin, and across his back, his bare back, he's just wearing gi pants, basically. Across his back is an intricate tattoo or scarring that appears to have chipped through the charcoal and has exposed glowing coals underneath. And his hair is dark black, but as we walk out into the wilderness, I'll produce flame, and my hair erupts into flame.
Nice.
Lit.
Alright, so how much
Literally.
does that light things up?
It's just the produce flame cantrip. So it's bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim for an additional 10.
Isra shields her eyes from the light shining from your hair, and I imagine reflecting off the armor of the Bryce. Can you put that out? The light makes me uncomfortable.
This is going to be interesting. You might need to move over or something, I guess.
Yeah, she steps over
right.
a few feet towards the east to get out of your light.
Yep. So just so you know, the yellowish or the light large circle I've done is the 60-foot dark vision range for anyone that's in this starting spot that has 60-foot dark vision. The full revealed area is your 120 feet. So Sven, what you can see here is at about the 70 to 80-foot range. You can see where the ground starts to break up and it rises up on a slope a little bit, like the crater's edge. So you can't see over the top of it quite too much, but you can see the purple glow is emanating from within there, and you kind of see this smoky sphere sort of rising from the center, and it's about 10, 20, like 30 feet across, maybe more, 30, about 40 feet across. And in that sphere, you can't see through it even with your vision. And around it is kind of hazy and distorted in like another like 10 feet, and a little bit lightly obscured to another, like that area that was broken ground and is rising up. The outer edge of the crater is a little bit obscured as well in like this sphere generated around the center.
All right. Is there difficult terrain or anything like that she notices? Or
it's not difficult terrain. It's just like it is just sloping up, so that it obstructs line of sight, and it's a little bit broken ground, but it's not anything you can't step up.
All right. Just one moment. Can you please, and she points towards Locke, just keep that beast quiet for a moment. She'll do a perception check to see if she can hear anything.
Okay, yep, roll it up.
Perception, where are you? There you are. Hiding from me. There we go. Natural 19, natural 17 for a 19 adjusted.
Okay, excellent. So you can't see anything, but you can hear coming from the same direction, this like as if there's something there trying to be quiet.
I hear and see nothing. It's all very safe. You there with the big shining horse, you should go and have a closer look. It's very safe. There's nothing there.
Why me? Why is it always me that is doing these things? I swear, you guys just see the big scary paladin and I was like, you go first. But you know what? No. How about someone else goes first once? I nominate you. And she points to the fire dude and she's like, you've probably got dark vision. I'm human. You go first.
I'll go first, friends. Come on. And I'll spur my mount forward.
Are you just heading forward, or are you paying attention as you do? Just casually?
Casually just strolling forward, and then just checking what was the crater, if there's anything that's like it's about to jump out.
And while he's doing that, Ezra will nonchalantly take a few steps to her left and try and nonchalantly hide behind a tree without making it obvious that she's trying to hide.
Okay, so
Aaron will take a swing from his board.
A deception check. And
Deception?
Swing from your gourd. Yeah, it's deception and stealth. Sven.
All right.
Step forward as well. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so
Roll a perception check.
From Toby. You're still back there, Bryce, so you're fine.
That's a 20 on the deception.
Yep.
And an 18 on the stealth.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so you're pretty confident that no one noticed you slip away and hide behind the tree. Except
21 perception.
All right, so Toby, you do notice Isra sort of step off. Whether you want to pay that any mind is up to you, because you also hear the same sort of like kind of sounds coming from over the crater's edge.
While she's there,
the sounds will kind of get my attention, and I'll focus more on that.
Yeah.
She leans with her back up against the tree, and she reaches into her coat pocket, and she pulls out like a little silver box. She pops it open, and she pulls out like a little elegant cigarette out of it, and she puts that in her mouth, and she sort of lights it up, and she looks back over towards the group. She's like, "Timmy," with a cigarette sort of sticking half out of her mouth. "Just move, go somewhere where they cannot see you." Timmy, of course, being her spectre.
Yeah. You should have control of the spectre to move it wherever you like.
All right, he will stand behind the paladin.
Okay, excellent. Good thinking. Good thinking. Okay. Yep.
Do I
Alright.
see the spectre move and hide behind a tree?
You definitely see it move. It didn't look to. It's not hiding behind a tree. It's hiding behind you.
Oh, it's hiding behind me.
Yeah. So it's not actually hiding or anything. It's just standing behind you, trying to, act hidden.
I guess as a cue to that, can I look to see where the rest of the party is? Because I'm sort of supposed to be guarding them.
Sure.
Sweet.
Perception check.
Amazing. Stupendous. That was a 2. I'm not seeing anything.
So you can see the bright light up ahead of forward, and you can kind of make out the shape of the warg and Locke, sort of like off to the left of him. You definitely see the spectre behind you, but you have no fucking idea where Isra went.
Just gonna look around, notice that everyone's gone, and be like, God damn it! And just sort of, I might...
And Timmy's
I'll
floating uncomfortably close, like right behind you. So if you look over your shoulder, there's just the spectral face of a child with like one of those... What's those hats that sort of slouch off to one side, and he's got like a pair of overalls. Yeah. He looks like a little London chimney sweep. He's sort of like, but in ghastly spectral form. Like his mouth is like too wide open, and his eyes are like deep empty sockets. He's just hovering right behind you.
Do you mind? Actually, where is your master gone? Where is she? Would you mind telling me? Because I don't really see her. Good chat. This was nice. It was nice having an intellectual conversation with someone. She's just going to sort of continue to look, realize that no one's there, and then sort of follow. Because it's the only logical thing left. But she'll take to the air.
Right. How high?
Oh, why not? Let's go for the full 95 feet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, why not? I'm feeling a little crazy.
You've got a 90 foot fly speed, and you're also moving forward, by the way, each of these squares is 10 feet, just so you're aware.
I was more thinking just like a rocket, just sort of...
So just, if you want to go straight up, you're going to have to move back. You can go on an angle. I'd say you can get 60 feet up, moving that far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, I'll take 60 feet.
Yeah, you can still move to where you were.
Better than nothing.
You can absolutely still
sweet.
go to where you were and have 60 feet high. Just
delightful.
We'll put that on the horsey's token, and we know that you're on the horse.
Nay.
Yeah, nay. Alright, so you're 60 feet up. Now, you don't have dark vision, do you?
Nope, I am human.
Okay, so all you see in front of you is, like, beyond the range of where that light is, just pitch darkness and a purple glow, like smoky, wispy purple glow of that same sphere that I described to Sven before. You can see that, but you can't see through it, and you can't see anything before it beyond the light that is being given off by Oren's flame cantrip.
Can I cast... I probably need my spells. Never mind, I rescind my previous statement. Ignore me.
I'm going to give my water pat and hop down off him, and then draw my shield and my hammer and slowly walk forward. Be like, "Come, beast of the night. Reveal yourself. We have no quarrel with you, but if you wish to meet your maker, I will grant thy request." And I will start slowly walking forward.
At this point, I'll have everyone roll initiative.
Shit.
Oh, yay! My favorite word.
So, do you have dark vision, correct, Locke?
60 feet, yeah.
Yep. Alright, so in front of you, I will reveal some more to rule it out. 60s. No, you can only see to about the same amount. So you can see almost to the edge of that revealed area now, so you can see the purple glow as well. And then you can also make out, because of your dark vision, that it's like obscured in that same sort of like 10, 20 feet around that, and then the edge of the thing is lightly obscured by some kind of shroud that is more than darkness. And okay, let's have a look at our initiative order. Yes, excellent.
I got a nat 20.
Hey, nice.
I did not. I got a nat 1.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, that's wonderful. And everyone else got dirty 20s.
Yeah, I guess we need to have a... oh no, it should automatically decide who goes first out of us, so... And it's a 6 for Timmy.
It's a 6 for Timmy? Who's Timmy?
Timmy's my Spectre.
Oh, Timmy goes at the same time as you.
No, he rolls his own initiative.
Oh, he does?
Yep, according to the rules.
Okay, so Timmy is up here. Did we add him to the combat tracker? There we go. There he is, and he's got a 6, you said?
A 6, yeah. I just rolled a dex for him.
Yeah, that's fine. I've just adjusted him so he's sitting in the right spot. So it is Locke's turn. Feel free to proceed. You still don't see anything.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
But that chittering is kind of hushed down now.
Okay. Since it's kind of stopped, I'm gonna just kind of raise my shield a little bit and ready myself to still slowly approach. Move a little bit closer. So about 20, 15 feet closer. And just very slowly walking forward, scanning, see if I can see the source of that chittering. That's me. It's a whole action to attack if something comes out.
You're gonna hold your action to attack? Yep, okay. Just checking a couple quick things. That's that, that's that. Also, don't worry about vertical distance when it comes to the edge of this thing. Like I said, it's just a line of sight obstruction. It's not really a thing otherwise. Alright, so with that, you are going to get your attack action. But as you get closer, something emerges from the edge of the thing, edge of the crater.
Oh, what is that?
Almost in a blur. It's rather tall, like probably about 7 or 8 feet tall, like utterly alien. It's got it's bipedal, and it's got like hooked 2-toed claws, like sort of almost bird-like talons, with 6 arms with clawed hands, each with 3 talons, and it's got this blue, scaly, almost glowing in some places kind of skin, with a dripping more of just like what look like brutal fangs, pointed ears, an slightly elongated head, and just almost dead eyes. But it moves with inhuman speed, and is on top of you in a moment. You get the chance to attack just because you were ready, and then it's going to have its turn against you after that.
Yes, just my attack with my hammer.
Be right back.
For 14 to hit.
14 to hit. That will hit it.
Wow. Fantastic. So it takes...
I will also send a picture through to the game log so you can get a clearer image of what you're facing other than my terrible description. Yeah.
Oh, look
it takes
at that.
14 points of bludgeoning damage.
14 points
Cold copper man.
bludgeoning damage. Yes, indeed it does. Alright, so I will zoom in some so I can see better. Like that. And then its turn, it is, oh yeah. Okay. So it is going to unleash its flurry of claws. See those 6 claws? Each one of those is going to lash out.
What is that thing?
13 misses, I'm guessing. What's your AC?
20.
20, alright, so 24 is a hit, so that's 1 hit. 26 is a hit, so that's 2 hits. 26 is another hit, so that's 3 hits out of 4. 19 is no, so 3 out of 5. Last hit roll. 21. What did I say again?
20.
20. All right, so that's 4 hits. Okay, and then you're going to take this 6 times. So I'm just going to roll 6 of these and then add that. Sorry, 6? No, only, what did I say? Was it 4 hits?
Yeah.
Yeah. 4. Rolling that. Take.
Get a little bit closer to the mark.
40 slashing damage.
Oh my god. Is that from the first attack or is that all together?
That's everything.
Oh,
Ooh.
lovely. Ugh.
And that, to me, is why you let the big ones go first.
And that is the end of its turn. It was that initiation to pounce on you like that. But I let it kind of counteract. You know, you got yours, but it got to have its as well. So next up we have Isra.
Oh, Isra Aranetska is next. Sorry if I'm a bit loud for those people in the chat. I'll try and stay a little bit further away from my microphone. She can see this thing, right? Right? Yeah?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Well, the first thing that she wants to do is just, with that cigarette sort of in her mouth, she takes a drag, leans around the corner, has a look at this thing. Is there some kind of check I can do to see if I can identify what this thing is?
Heavy hitter.
For you, let me have a quick look. See, I'm just going to take a look at your character sheet real quick.
Draw on that sort of otherworldly knowledge that she gains from her betrothed.
Yes, that's what I'm taking this into consideration. I'm just looking at something. You can make a history check.
A history check. All right. All right, not great. 12.
Okay, look, you're not 100% sure. But you get the feeling that whatever this is, your husband knows this thing and won't tell you anything about it.
Oh, great. Now is not the best time to give me silent treatment. I swear I was not looking at the big muscle.
No. He's not being silent. He's telling you in no uncertain terms that he will not tell you anything about this thing.
Okay, be that way. I will sort it out myself. She is going to step out from behind the tree, and she's going to move over to 30 feet over to there. And I think she might use her Eldritch Blast. Why not? On this thing. Let's see if it has an effect. So to hit for that one is a natural 20.
Oh.
I'm rolling rocks tonight. I never roll like this when I'm a DM. Okay, so let's roll.
We're glad you don't roll like this when you're a DM. So.
Let's roll crit damage. Oh, speaking of which, Mark, I owed you a natural 20, so you've got a natural 20 card on the table, by the way.
Oh, really? Don't tell me that.
Shut up.
Good to know.
Wait, it's away from me.
Are we asking for extra homework?
Yeah, because I want extra credit. So that's a total of 14 points of damage.
What kind of damage?
Eldritch Blast is
Force.
Crackling energy. Yeah. Oh wait, I can do 2 beams as well. So do I need to do that twice?
Yeah. You have to roll for the second one to hit.
Ah, okay, cool. All right, let's roll to hit again. Hopefully another natural 20. Oh no, a 19. Close though. So damage for that one is going to be maximum damage too. So 10 points of damage on that one. Hey, wait. Shouldn't I get? No, that's right. Yeah, there you go. Woohoo! Rolling damage? Rocks. Feeling good. Yeah, 10 points of damage for the second one.
Excellent.
Excellent. How does this creature react to her spell?
It's not very happy. Like it's, I'm imagining one sort of the first one strikes it in the chest, like it stands a bit taller than Percy's orc. Also than Toby's half orc guy, Locke. And so it's like as it's looming over him, first bolt strikes it in the chest and sort of like rears back a little bit, like hisses some, bares its teeth in your direction, and then the second one strikes it in the face, and it like hisses even louder, it like back, and it looks back, and it's kind of like looking a bit charred in the face from the impact, looking a bit like a little bit dazed, and fixes its gaze on you as if it's not very happy.
She just takes a drag from her cigarette. Not too worried at this point. You see the end of her cigarette sort of arc up a little bit, and she just stares this thing straight in the eye. And we'll go to the next person's turn, I suppose.
Right. Oren, you're up, buddy.
Yep. Oren staggers around to stand beside this thing, peers up at it. By Pello, you're an ugly one, aren't you? And then with the quarterstaff, drives it straight up into the underside of its jaw.
Alright. Roll an attack for me, please.
Don't talk to it, dear. Just kill it. Don't play with your food.
A 14?
14 does hit it, yes. Oh, some big hits. What kind of damage are we talking about?
That's magic bludgeoning.
Yeah.
And from there, I then vault myself up. So the stick jams up into it and then down to the ground. And I bring both knees up. I'll do flurry of blows and knee it boof in the head.
Yep. That's 2 unarmed strikes. Yeah.
2 unarmed strikes for 1 key point.
Hits. 8, and this is magical bludgeoning again, or just?
These are just normal.
Okay.
And 15 for another 9.
So another 17 all up, and so far everyone seems to have thrown at it seems to be doing, the amount of damage it's supposed to do. Like it's looking a little bit wobbly now, like it's like second guessing its choice to leap out at the moment that it did.
We'll have your faith back in no time, dear, Sheila says to Bryce.
And then I will stagger back out of the way with my extra 10 feet of movement, with the disengage action as part of that.
Oh, yes, because marked.
And that is my turn.
Excellent. Alright, that's your turn. Next up, Toby, I went ahead and added your walk to the initiative roll since you got off. So it is now its turn.
I told him to stay back there. I didn't tell him to come forward, so he's just going to kind of stay back there and just growl in the direction.
Yeah,
that's his turn.
Sweet. So it will, still be... how do we want to work this? It's because it's meant to be like a bonus action to tell it to do stuff. So you can still do that, but it will, while you're separate from it, it'll have its own initiative count.
Yeah, easy. Sweet.
Yeah, cool. Alright, that's what that one's going to do. Next up... let me see... Where is it? Over there. Okay. Alright, so again from over the actually no, you might not see this. Can I get perception checks from everyone Actually, just from Locke, you're probably the only one that's close enough, and Oren, you will notice this.
15 for me. For Locke.
15, good enough. So you will see this creature. It's kind of short, about half the height. Regular person, about 3 foot tall. Sort of like pale, grayish skin. Cracked sort of features, pointed short ears, yellow gleaming eyes, and black spines. Also black claws from its gaunt hands, and there's a picky of it. It's got like some loose pant looking things on it as well, but it's sort of like makes a skittering kind of sound, but similar to what you were hearing before, but and then before it attacks, it you notice that these screeches are sort of like echoing now, like these noises are growing in your head, like for both you and Oren, are growing in volume and echoing around in your head the closer it gets to you. It doesn't do anything beyond that just now, but you're noticing it starting to get in and affect you in that regard. So then it's going to, as it lunges over at Oren, is shout like just lunge forward and try and take a chunk out of your thigh with its teeth. But it's only going to roll 11 to hit. I'm guessing that's not going to hit a monk.
That does not hit this monk, no.
Alright, so that is a great big fail. So next we have... Alright. Same kind of deal, being that you're glowing. You know, unlike that's open for options. This guy's going to again leap out of the darkness and have a crack at you. No one else can see these guys. They're obscured by that sphere, except for Oren, who is right there, and Percy, who passed his perception, being close enough. No one else can see what's going on, but they can probably hear them. The shriek isn't to the level where it's bothering you yet, but you can hear the sort of chittering and skittering noises that everyone else was hearing on approach before. And it is now going to do a similar thing. It's going to try and bite at your other calf. Thigh, thing, whatever.
So how big are these things? Are they small?
About 3 feet tall.
About 3 feet tall.
Are they actually small? Yeah,
so
they are small.
Halflings from hell.
Right. 21 to hit, yeah.
21 does hit. Yep.
Does hit. Okay. You take 7 piercing damage, and can I get a wisdom saving throw from you, please?
Wisdom saving throw. That's never good.
Oh, not with that roll.
No, 9. Oh my god.
Alright, so attack rolls against you have advantage until the start of this guy's next turn.
Alright.
So I'll just give him
bad.
a little... I'll put a marker on him so I remember that. Put a concentration reminder on him so I remember that that's when it ends, when we get back to him. And then we will move on to Timmy's turn.
Alright. How far away is Timmy from Ezra? 50 feet. He's a cool double move away from Ezra. Ezra would be like, Timmy, come. As she's still smoking her cigarette. And Timmy will spectrally float through the air. You can see like wisps of like spectral energy sort of coalescing and like drawing off of his form and just like wisping into the air, as like trailing behind him as he makes his way over towards Ezra, 65 feet. And as he gets there, Ezra puts her cigarette in her mouth, and she pulls out her lighter that she used to light her cigarette before. And you see Timmy pull out like a cigarette as well and put it in his mouth, and he leans forwards, and Ezra's like, and you can see like you can see his cigarette flare to life as well. So they're both just standing there having a smoke now. that's all that happens. So, next person's turn.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh my god.
Great. And Timmy's a child, hey?
Yeah, Timmy's probably like
You look-
12, 13 years old, something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
Great.
There's a story.
Alright. Unfortunately, again, being the closest one, and these ones sort of just doing what they're meant to do, and that is fuck shit up. Same dealio again. Another one of these little space fucking halfling evil fucking fuckers.
How
Pops
many
up.
are there?
I mean, how many do you want there to be?
24.
None.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
Sven!
Well, an 11's not gonna hit.
All right.
So I think you're okay there.
Oren will use his reaction
Mhm.
as he sees this little halfling clamp at his feet, and he's learned what this is all about. So he like half trips and falls out of the way, and the third one actually bites the second one.
Excellent. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. I love it.
So
Alright,
that means
um,
that the second one would take the damage of that attack.
Yeah. I'll roll that up now. Oh, I forgot something. Does this happen regardless of, like, do I have to? Never. Alright, so he does 4 piercing damage, and then the other one to make a wisdom save. Which he passes, so he doesn't suffer advantage against him. But he does hit the guy for, what did I say, 4 damage? And it was the second one you said?
Yeah, the one that bit me.
Yeah, cool. He takes some damage, and like, you know, he's like, and those of you that are close enough can hear a bit of a roiling of the echo that's in your head, like as the one that gets pissed off sort of amplifies his scream a little bit while he's pissed off. Nothing happens. You can just notice the swell in the sound. So that's that go.
While this is sort of happening, you just see Israel with one hand crossed over her chest and the other one sort of limply hanging her cigarette. She looks like she's having a casual conversation with Timmy, like they're catching up on old times.
And then it will be Bryce's turn.
Wait, so Bryce is going to look over to Isra and she's going to go, "Is that a child? Did you just give a child a cigarette? I don't have time for this. We are going to unpack this later."
Who did that
Coming back to
AoE?
this.
Was that me accidentally? or
No,
did
that was
someone
me.
else-
I'll just move that out of the way. Sorry.
What are you doing?
Don't worry about it.
Okay, sure. Don't worry about it. No
It's a
worries.
fireball. What do you mean?
Yeah, as you talk to her, she just sort of looks towards you, just sort of like you're a homeless person asking for money. That's the kind of look that she gives you. Just this look of like disdain, like mind your own business.
Well, bad parenting. And then Bryce is going to take up into the sky, and move.
You're already 60 feet up, aren't you?
Oh, this is true. I forgot. I'm sort of want to move the 40 feet to about here. I've got 95 feet of movement, so I can do literally
90.
whatever. 90, thank you. And at that point, can I see the creatures?
You can see the ones that are around quite clearly. You can kind of make out the one that's in front of Locke. It's larger, so it's easy to see, but it is in dimmer light.
Okay. And then just in Celestial, she's going to take out her sword. She's going to be like, "This is your last chance. And I mean it. I will throw this out. There are lots of other swords." And then she's going to jump
Saying
off
that to the
Alika.
sword.
I'm saying that to the sword. And I'm going to jump off Alika. And I'm going to say, "Just stay there. I may need your help, but just stay away from the fight, okay? And if need be, get everyone out." And then she's going to run and with her 30 feet attack the scary centipede dude.
as you get closer to these creatures, you can start to hear, the that you were hearing before. It starts to magnify like everyone else does. Like you're getting that roiling, getting louder and louder.
What language is it?
What languages do you speak?
I speak Celestial, but there was something in there about, like, since I fight these things, I swear I should have been able to speak Abyssal, but I can't find it anywhere. So.
Well, it's not Abyssal, so don't worry about that.
That's unfortunate. Okay.
Is it Primordial?
No.
It's Alien.
Ben, what languages do you speak?
Oh, what language do I speak? That's a good question because it's been a while since I played this character. Let's have a look. Is it in description? Or is it in... I have
Over on the left-hand side of your sheet.
Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, so for some reason, Common, Deep Speech, and Infernal.
Okay, you can understand these voices. They're saying, New World, all ours, over and over.
They're saying they want to make your acquaintance.
Okay. And Bryce sort of looks over his shoulder and is like, well, first she's gonna look over her shoulder and be like, yeah, I'm sure they want to be the best of friends. I'm sure we'll get along just fine. And then she'll hack at them.
At disadvantage, please.
At disadvantage?
You're so distracted by these voices, like as you're trying to attack this creature. You can't.
Okay. That's fair.
It's a little bit off-putting.
Right.
At the last moment, you swear you hear them say, Bryce, what are you doing? But then you know that they didn't.
I got an 8.
Okay.
And these are physical sounds.
Attack.
It's not in our head, right?
You can't tell. You can't tell.
Okay.
And I get a second attack.
What if she covers her ears?
Let me have a look, see.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yes.
I got a nat 20. But I can't use it because it's at disadvantage.
You hate it when that happens. Natural 20.
This is a B.
Okay, it's you notice the sound dampens, but it's still there.
Okay.
And it's made no real difference to its presence. A 13.
It's
No, hang on. What were your rolls? Why there are 3 there should have been 2?
Oh, because one I accidentally I forgot to roll a disadvantage, so I just rolled it again.
Okay. Oh, and the second one you rolled a disadvantage. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
And no, a 13 doesn't. Right.
Even with a nat 20 is the other roll?
No.
That's how disadvantage works.
Do you have inspiration?
I do.
I'll
Can
let
I
you
re-roll
burn
it?
it to take the 20, but you don't get it as a 20. You get it as a 19.
That's fair. That is totally
So
fair.
you can have a normal hit.
Okay. Well, obviously I'm gonna be packing everything onto this. So
That's why I didn't give you the crit.
exactly. That would have really hurt. So, oh god, I wonder if this is I'm probably gonna need to save my Divine Smite. That's alright. I will take the radiant damage from the sword. So that's 5, and then I get to use one of my spicy spells. Pick a number between 1 and 5.
3.
3. Awesome. Searing Smite. Let's see. So that is 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. Does it make a difference that is radiant?
Not particularly.
And I've got to roll another d8 as well.
It's all radiant or just how much?
It is. Hang on, I've still got to roll a d8. This d8 is radiant still.
Yeah. And
So
the
that's
rest is-
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 damage altogether.
got fan,
So a
baby.
little bit of slashing with some radiant damage just sort of
Yep.
Mixed in.
Fine.
Salt
That's all
Bay
good.
style.
It's
Weird.
yeah, it takes it like as you. So what are you building of that crystal longsword thing? Hey.
Yup.
Yeah. So like I reckon like yeah, sort of duck under two of its arms. It sort of like swing around and stab up into its rib cage, and it sort of like squeals and looks down at you and like. And you can just see like drool sort of like dripping off of the long teeth, and it's not looking too happy, but its eyes are still just dead black, like there's nothing there, but it's there, you know. It's weird. It's just weird. Anything
Funny
else?
that radiant damage didn't do anything. No, that's it.
Alright, I like it.
Sweet.
Alright, so it is its turn now. Going to roll a little dice here.
I have a feeling this armor is going to be.
Beautiful. Alright, so. Oh. Beautiful, beautiful. So it got its flurry of claws back, so it's got 6 attacks. It's going to do 3 against Bryce and 3 against Locke. The first one against Bryce. Where's that natural 20 dice?
Just out of respect to you, I will let
Yeah.
you know that my armor, it nullifies crits.
Same.
So,
Oh, okay.
so just out of
Locke.
respect to you,
I've got adamantine half plate as well.
Oh, really?
So
Oh,
both
dear.
the paladins.
Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind. We'll save that.
Cowardly paladins.
Wow.
Who doesn't want to get a crit to the face? Come
I'll
on.
just roll my attacks as normal. Wow, absolutely foiled. Well done, guys. Yes, Ben?
I feel like
Think smarter, not harder.
you declared that you were going to use it and then found out that you couldn't use it afterwards.
That is a
This is
critical
true.
roll.
This is true.
I'm gonna roll a d20 here at home, actually on above, so that everyone can see it. I will reveal it. If it's an 11 or more, to keep it. If it's a 10 or less, I lose it.
Or you could just follow the rules and take the nat 20.
What do you mean follow the rules? I am the rules.
I am the law.
And I rolled a 17, so I'm keeping.
Oh, all right. It's your stream.
Spicy.
I just
Maybe
feel
you-
like it's.
you guys have one. Maybe someone out there should buy you one.
I feel like now it's like a 50-50 between me and the monk to see who's going to get that natural 20. So
Basically.
From 100 feet away, it's more likely that it'll be me.
yeah, that's the plan.
Alright, so it is now going to do its attacks. So the first 3 will be against Locke. So a 9, I imagine that a miss.
Nope.
A 22, I think that's going to hit, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. For 9 slashing damage.
Fine.
And then 18, I assume that's going to miss.
That misses, yeah.
Alright, and then these are against Bryce. 18, I assume that's going to miss her.
Yep, by the looks of it, she got 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
25, I think that'll hit you.
Yeah, that's crispy. I'll take that.
For 6 slashing damage. And 1
Yep.
more. 15, I don't think that's going to do it either. Wow, utterly useless. So then, this thing, being the cheesy fucker that it is going to slink away without provoking an attack of opportunity. It's going to get to there, and it is going to vanish into the haze.
Why doesn't it get an attack of opportunity?
Because
Explain.
that's part of its flurry of claws ability, is that when it uses that, it can then move its speed without provoking opportunity attacks.
6-armed monks.
Cheeky.
I call shenanigans.
Six-armed
Cheeky.
monk.
Right?
Little douchebag. What
Um,
did That is a bad move. So unfair.
And it is now Locke's turn.
Okay. I saw this thing vanish, so I'm going to move just 15 feet closer to where I last saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Just see if I bump into it. Maybe it's smoke. Just move here.
No, you do not, but as you move into there, you do get feel some teeth trying to claw at your thigh from this little guy, and he's going to roll an attack. 14, so he doesn't get through your armor, but that was his held action to do that. And you can continue as you would, but if you leave his melee range, you will get another opportunity attack. Oh no, it's its reaction to use the held action. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I learned that this week. See, I'm a great DM. He's still learning the rules and everything. So he won't get another go. That's his attack. You can continue as you would, but you didn't bump into the other guy.
Frost Minis redeemed a posture check, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you're sitting upright.
Frost, what are you doing to me?
Get that curve of the spine. Natural curve of the spine. Curvature.
Oh my god, it popped as I sat up. Let's not.
There's no sick leave on crit and miss, by the way.
I'm getting old. I'm like almost as old as Sven now.
If only you were as mature as ours as well.
Hey Sven,
I'll claim that. I'm a child.
if our paladin happens to die of Eldritch Blast, I'm not going to ask any questions.
Yeah, I mean, we could certainly talk about it.
Well, yeah. I mean, if we're gonna kill the orc, like, I may as well be.
Look, I rolled D20.
We've got more than one paladin.
Oh, look,
we have more than one paladin.
I know. So, and speaking of which, it is Locke's turn.
Yes, I'm going to attack the one who dared attack me.
Okay, go for
Bring
your
my
left.
hammer down on its head for a 26 to hit.
Yep. You notice that as you start to swing at it, the screams stop while you're taking this swing.
It takes 15 points of bludgeoning damage, like cock it across its skull.
Yeah, that's a hit. It didn't like that. It screams and just like gets ready to lunge at you, but also kind of looks like it might be second guessing it.
Before it gets a chance to second guess stuff, I'm going to take a second attack at it. For just a 29 to hit.
Yes.
For only 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. It's really not looking healthy. It's looking like it's really second guessing its plan of attack here.
And then, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself as well.
Yeah. Alright, so as you finish your attack action, the voices sort of start, the whispers crawl in from the back, like sort of from behind you, and then surround you again. And you've got that shrieking, wailing in what we have identified as deep speech going on in your head and in your ear.
Okay. That's my turn.
Alright. Isra, you're up.
So this whole time while this combat is unfolding behind her, you can just hear the sounds of like grunting and swords swinging. La, la, la. And Isra's just sort of standing there relaxedly, just having a conversation with her spectre, Timmy. She's just casually holding a cigarette in one hand, and Timmy's like, and she rolls her eyes and she looks back towards the combat which is happening behind her. She's like, oh yes, yes. And she, with her offhand, the hand that she's holding the cigarette with, she throws it down on the ground, and with her platform shoes, she steps on it, puts it out, turns around, and you can see on whatever hand that it is that you're supposed to have your engagement ring on, you can see there's like just this black nothingness around her finger, just like a band of darkness. It's not like a black piece of metal. If you look at it, it's just like there's no light there whatsoever. And she flicks her hand, and it sort of extends out into the rough shape of what appears to be like a longbow. I just have to have a quick look to see if that takes an action to do, because I'm not entirely sure now that I think about it. Let's have a look at features and traits. Probably should have been doing this while it wasn't my turn. As an action. Yep. So that is her action. She does that. And that's really about it. So she just sort of flicks her hand, and from this, what appears to be like a dark band of nothingness around her finger, it just sort of extends out into this rough shape of a longbow. And looking at it, it almost gives you a headache, because you've never seen anything this dark before.
So it's kind of almost similar to the darkness enshrouding this crater, or do you think it's slightly different?
Well, I mean, it's just a black void of nothingness. There's no light reflecting off this at all. If you look at it, you just see nothing. You just see her, like the top knuckle of her finger, then you see nothing. Then you see the rest of her finger, and she flicks it out, and when this longbow sort of materializes out of this ring, it's sort of the same deal. It's just like absolute black nothingness.
Cool.
It's like you're staring into the void.
Right. That's pretty cool. Yeah, this is a little bit different. It's like there's something there that is impenetrable. And you know, something's going on. It's weird. But they're a bit different. Cool. That's you then.
That's the end of it. Yep, for her.
Cool. Aaron, you're up. You've got this cacophony of strange voices surrounding you. You've got these creatures in front of you gibbering and you know, trying to take bites out of you. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
Before you roll anything, I'll let you know you get a +3 to any saves you make because you're within 10 feet of me.
Awesome. Thank you.
But you are also at disadvantage on all saving throws because of this caterwauling that's going on in your head.
Alright, I'll do my best.
So you have a +3, but you're at disadvantage on all saving throws.
Alright, Oren turns to the little one that bit him and brings the quarterstaff down, dual-fisted, just right across the side of his head.
Yep, go for it. That'll hit. Okay, any extra damage?
No, just that 8, and then I'll bonus action, unarmed strike, and just punt it, give him a solid kick.
Solid kick.
Front teep to the guts.
Oh, decent. Another 6. Yeah, he's looking a bit shaky. You know, he's like looking a bit beaten and bruised, and like he's not very happy with you. He's probably going to try and take another bite out of you when he gets the chance.
Fair enough.
Anything else?
That's it. Yeah.
All right. Gary the Warg's turn.
I use my bonus action to do shoot a face, so he's just growling.
Alright, cool. He's just going to stand there and growl at things. No worries. Next. This guy, who is right here in front of Oren. Oren's just bopped his mate. He doesn't know how he feels about that. He's going to have another attempt to bite you. Oh, added advantage because it hasn't come around to the other one's turn yet.
Yep.
So 22 to hit.
That hits.
Alright, 4, 5 piercing damage and another wisdom saving throw.
And these are at disadvantage.
Yes, they are.
+3 there.
But +3.
17.
So 17 is a success, so you don't suffer advantage until the end of this one's next turn now. It still ends at the end of at the end. the start, so it'll end at the end of this one's turn, which is now. So that effect is now over, and it is now the other one that bit you before's turn, the one you just bonked on the head. And remember how I said it was probably going to try and bite you again?
Yep.
That's exactly what it's going to do.
How do you
20.
do that?
So I know you don't take a critical, but it's still going to
See in the future.
attack you. Right? Good at that. So for 4 damage, and another wisdom saving throw. That's also. So again, no more disadvantage on attacks against you. Sorry, no more advantage on attacks against you. Yes. Alright, so that is the end of its turn. It is now Timmy's go.
I'm so glad that I have the chat box up on the screen now, so everyone can see what's going on in the chat.
Excellent.
Worst.
Toby a thong, huh?
Yes, it's a new term that's just been coined. He's not the hero we deserve, but he is the hero that we need.
Yes. Oh dear.
Oh god.
Short walk on the beach, huh?
Short walk, yeah, short walk. Because the thumb gets very uncomfortable. I heard they ride up the butt crack really bad, but I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Because the last time I wore a thong, I was so drunk I can't quite remember.
Marathon. That's alright, so what's Timmy doing?
Oh, it's Timmy's turn, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't paying any attention.
Cool.
Yes, Timmy, I guess, will start floating over. Timmy will copy Isra and flick his ethereal cigarette down on the ground and step on it as well. And when he steps on it, you can see it doesn't affect any of the dirt. His foot just sort of phases into the ground a little bit. And then Timmy looks over and he's like, as he starts floating over towards the action. So he's got 50 feet.
He was like, what? He just went, and then cut out.
Oh, he's just like,
yeah. You need to do those noises. They get a bit loud.
A little bit louder?
Impressive.
Alright. I'll work on my loud, dissonant whisper. So he moved 50 feet over to there. Then he's going to move... who does he want to help out here? I guess he'll help out this poor guy, Lock Krogar. He seems to be struggling a little bit.
What are his senses? Does he have dark vision?
The Spectre.
Yes.
He does have dark vision, yes.
Alright. What is he attacking? The one next to Lock?
Yeah, he's not gonna attack because he has to double move just to get up there.
Okay.
So we're going to reduce his elevation. No, actually, we're going to leave him up 20 feet. He can come down on the next turn. In fact, let's move him up to 30 feet.
Alright. No worries.
There we go. So he's at 30 feet. You just see this this spectral image of this young, Victorian era 13-year-old boy just sort of hovering up above and behind this creature.
Yeah, excellent. Alright. Anything else from Timmy, or is that it?
No, that's all he can do. He doesn't have any bonus actions or anything like that. He has to double move just to get up there, so there's nothing else he can do at this point.
Alright, and you've got another little mini grey space dude trying to gnaw on you. For a 17, I don't think that's going to hit, is it? They're really not very good at these things. So that's no good. He's a goner. Well, not a goner, but he's done. That means we're on to this guy who can't reach Timmy, so he's going to get right up in Locke's face.
Am I the worst kind of D&D player right now?
No.
Oh.
I do this kind of shit all the time. What are you talking about?
Just let everyone else get slaughtered?
So, yeah, he's going to have another bite. It looks like he's thinking about running away, but he looked over towards that purple glow and then thought about that again, and it looked like he seemed to be more afraid of whatever was over there than he was of you. And then he tries to bite you again, kind of half reluctantly. For a 19 to hit, is that enough? No, okay. So that's the end of his turn, and next we are up to Bryce.
Wait, so I'm gonna say the magic words. Hear me out.
I'm gonna make that a sound effect.
That has to, yeah, that has to be a sound effect drop and some merch. I think we need to turn that into a t-shirt.
So I have this little funky spell called Compel Duel.
Okay.
Where basically I can be like, hey, come fight someone your own size.
Yeah.
And it says creature, but I'm hoping, since it would work in your favor to have 3 things gang up on me all at once, that you'll allow me to compel all 3 of them to come and fight me.
I mean, that's not what a duel is.
It's a 3-way duel. It's a duel, if you will. A duel of dueling jewels. It's... Honestly, I'll let you have it's a trio of dueling jewels.
What I will allow you to do is... And what kind of role is involved?
It is a...
Contested
that's a
charisma?
good question. I don't even... It's wisdom.
Yeah, is it? I feel like it might be contested.
It's a wisdom roll for them.
Yeah, what, you don't have to make any kind of roll?
Nope.
No.
No.
It's a
Spell.
save.
Okay. I want you to roll me religion check.
Okay. Since you asked so nicely. Oh, my screen does not like that. That is a 14.
Okay, yep. I think that's just enough. Somewhere in the back of your mind, a spark of light ignites, and Lady Athena's voice can be heard ever so faintly saying, "Over that way, in the darkness, get that one." And you can, in your mind's eye, not see it, but in your mind's eye, just for a moment, long enough to target the spell, you can see this guy that was the 6-armed dude over in the distance. Do you have range? I'll let you cast it on him. Or it.
Okay.
If you have
I
range.
do have range. I do.
On
and it's
that
within
creature
range.
instead. Yep, so wisdom
Okay.
saving throw from it.
Yes.
It got 11.
11.
It fails.
Okay, excellent. So it is now compelled to duel with you. So if it
So,
doesn't attack
on a
you,
failed save, the creature is drawn to you, compelled by your divine demand. For the duration, it has disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than you, and must make a wisdom saving throw each time it attempts to move to a space that is more than 30 feet away from you. So, yeah.
Yeah, alright. So it has disappeared again into the Shroud of Darkness, but you know it's coming.
Okay.
Okay.
And just sort of, as she did that, she sort of lifts her sword up into the air, it glows, and then her eyes roll back into her head, and then she comes back and she's like, "Oh, now you respond. This is very interesting.
Like,
Not when
yes?
I was down to a single hit point, but now, interesting reaction. But what
Yes,
does this mean?"
Well, this means that when you're facing something that is...
You cut out.
You cut out.
You do this at all the most important moments. You're like, and then you see.
I lean too close into the mic again. Oh yeah. You can hear Lady Athena's voice just again in the back of your mind be like, well, it's a worthy opponent, more in line with what I would expect you to be trying to eliminate. So keep that in mind in future. And then her voice is just gone again.
you're petty. And then she'll just go back to fighting.
Just like a little table talk for that. It's like these things are more in line with your. Like this is the kind of stuff that you're meant to kill with the oath that you've taken. More so than the dragon that you were fighting last time you called on her. So, that's more wise.
It was more that she was just peeved off that she was down to a single hit point and was like, please, oh God, who's supposed to be protecting me, protect me, and then nothing happened.
Athena's just like, about that, because maybe she knows things you don't.
Classic God.
She's, honestly, she's salty. I love Athena. It's why I picked her. It's because she's wisdom and brawl, so it's an interesting combination for a goddess to have.
That's cool. I need to read up a little bit more for future, because I'm kind of just winging that. I'm glad that fits. All right, so that would be the end of your turn. I need to take care of a couple of things.
So it's 10:24 and we're on round 3.
I was going to say, can we take a short break because there's things about to happen, and I need to use the little DM's room for a moment.
All right. So, guys, we're going to go for a short break. Those people who are watching live, please stick with us. We'll be back shortly with more combat. I know for a fact that this is not all that Mark is going to be throwing at us. Go back and read that facial expression. We'll be back shortly. So make sure you don't go anywhere because the best is yet to come, and Isra has not yet unleashed her full arsenal. So. If you're watching on YouTube, listening back on Spotify, this break will be much shorter for you because you can just go straight to part 2. We'll be back soon, guys.